Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I've got, as usual, a makeup tutorial for you, and this time I'm going for sort of a rock chick glam metallic winged smoky moments. I'm awful at describing looks, but this is what it looks like. Basically I wanted to do something that fits my shirts and my music taste, and yeah, just the music I've been listening to a lot lately, and this is what I came up with. By the way, this shirt I actually got from a photographer a while back. It's really cool, it has holes in it, and like it looks completely worn down and ragged, and yet it's actually new, so it's still sturdy and there won't be any new holes being created by itself, if you get what I mean. Like I have shirts that look like this roughly and are really that old, but they just continue falling apart further and further. Yet I still love them. Anyway, my weird clothing choices and weird love for my clothing pieces aside, this is what we're going to work on today, so let's get started. Okay, what we're going to start off with is priming the eyelids. I have actually already done foundation and eyebrows because the bathroom wasn't free yet and was still occupied and I needed to shower. But then I didn't want to wait and do nothing, so I already did that, then took a shower and then came back here to do this. You probably don't care about any of that. Anyway, I'm just going to prime my eyelids. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of a taupe shade in the crease, one that's like only barely darker. I already did it on this eye, but it's only barely darker than my actual skin color. Just because I want to both set the primer, but I also want a little bit of definition in my crease. Because I'm of course going to do the big winged look. But yeah, I don't want it to be fully flat behind it, I just don't like that look on me. I want there to be a little bit of a shadow, just to give some definition. And then for the brow bone highlight, I'm grabbing a matte white shade. The shade that I put in the crease, by the way, actually has shimmer. That's not recommended. I recommend a matte shade for this result. I'm just really lucky that this shade happened to not show the shimmer that much when using it this way. Then, the next step is creating this. For that purpose I'm going to use a gel eyeliner and a very flat, straight brush. You can also use a very creamy pencil and use the brush on that if you don't have a gel liner. As always, just use whatever you have. But yeah, it needs to be something quite creamy to be able to also blend with this later. The first part doesn't have to be blended, so I'm just starting below the eye. And just pulling it outwards there, try to get it even with the other eye, obviously. I'm not even sure if it's even, like, I'm just the most asymmetrical person ever. Just try to get it relatively even, and it doesn't need to be a perfect wing, because we're going to smudge it out anyway, and I haven't done concealer yet, so we can still, like, fix up some stuff with that as well. You can also, by the way, just do your complete foundation base afterwards. You don't need to be wearing foundation already for this part. That was just because I was trying to be, I don't know, efficient, I guess. Anyway, I'm just creating a large wing there. Filling it in with this brush. I feel like it's been ages since I even used a gel liner, by the way. I don't know, like, as usually for quickness I go for like other liners, not gel liner. But yeah, and also again keep in mind we're going to like smudge this and make this all grungy and all, so it doesn't have to be perfectly neat. Still I'm working on the tips of the wings just because I can't help myself. I need to get them like nice-ish. I have no self-control as far as that's concerned. Okay, we're gonna leave it alone now. And just not grab that much stuff. And also just go to the inner corner. And like basically, as you can tell on the other eye, I'm just making a full eyeliner here. But I also want a little bit of a point in the inner corner. It's on trend, and besides I've always loved that look, so why not? And just fill it in. And then we're going to go to this. For that I'm going to use a very tiny, very stiff little blending brush. And I'm just grabbing a little bit of the gel liner and pulling it inwards. And you really want a brush for this that's stiff and like tiny because, well, a soft brush isn't going to blend out the gel liner. So that will be highly inconvenient. And also a larger brush will just leave you with like a huge pile of black liner on your face. And that would just be very difficult to still make anything out of. So yeah, this brush is just small enough to give me a lot of control. And I'm basically making a little bit of a... I want it to look like I haven't bothered blending properly. Basically, like, this is like not properly blended, but it's on purpose. And now the trick is to get this even with the other eye, so it actually, you know, shows that it's on purpose and not on accident. That you're actually trying to go somewhere with this and didn't just, you know, ended up being too lazy to actually blend. Basically, yeah. I don't know, like this is just really sort of a rock chick look as I envision rock chick looks. I think I said it before, but I just really tend to like go for types of makeup that suits the music I've been listening to. And lately I've been listening to a lot of Van Halen. And also a lot of Whitesnake. Just, you know, those old rock bands. Really, really fun. Which usually is a good thing too overall, because usually when I listen to music like that I'm in a good mood. If I'm listening to things like Evanescence and all, then it usually means it's that time of the month. I don't know, like hormonal shitty mood. Yeah, I don't know, like the music I listen to very much depends on my mood basically. And lately I've just been in a uplifting rock music, old rock music kind of mood. It happens. I don't mind. Then I'm just going to paint my waterline black with the gel liner too. I actually completely forgot to do that earlier. It happens. It's actually easier to use a pencil, but you can do this with your gel liner too. I know of this particular one. This is Lasting Gel Liner by KIKO. It actually does last all day. I just usually tend to go for a pencil instead because it's quicker and I'm less likely to hit my actual eyeball with a pencil as opposed to a brush. But yeah, just use whatever you want. Now to transform this into this, I'm going to use the brush again. I actually wiped it off on a face halo to get most of the product off. And I'm going to go into a shimmery black shade. By the way, I'm using NYX eyeshadows. This particular palette, I'm pretty sure, was a limited edition. I'm just shaking off the brush, by the way, off camera. But anyway, yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it was a limited edition, but NYX eyeshadows on average seem to be very consistent in quality, in my experience at least. So yeah, NYX eyeshadows from another palette will probably perform the same. And as always, you know, everything I've used is listed below the video in the description, but you don't need to use the exact same brands. Like a shimmery black eyeshadow is fine, and then I'm going to go into a shimmery dark grey, a shimmery paler grey, and a shimmery really pale grey. That's basically all you need. So full on metallic collection of eyeshadows will do fine. Then I'm moving to a softer brush, really a blender brush. I have no idea what kind of word I was trying to make of that. And with that I'm going to blend some more. Also, by the way, the reason I had to hurry, the other thing I have to do today, is I have finally arranged to meet up with friends again. For the first time since the start of the Corona crisis. And yeah, it's fun. Like, we were actually in the Netherlands allowed to do so a few weeks before, but it was, well, I mean, that was also around the same time that we started being allowed again to do contact professions, like working as a makeup artist. And quite honestly, my first response was really, I can get to work again, I can smear makeup on other people again. And yeah, so I immediately, moving on to a paler grey, by the way. Paler grey, yeah. So yeah, before I knew it, my entire schedule was filled up with work as a makeup artist. Every single Sunday, and like another friend and me actually work on Saturdays, so we can't meet up on Saturdays. So really that's why it took so long before we could actually meet up again, because I managed to be working all the time. It's mostly my fault. But yeah, so anyway, moving on to, the paler shade. But anyway, today is finally the day. We're just going to take a walk, stay away from crowds and all. You know, just staying safe, but like finally meeting up again and like talking to each other in real life rather than via WhatsApp. So that's fun. Then I'm going to grab a little bit of foundation that's still left over on a plastic tray from like an hour ago. Because I'm Dutch and I don't waste stuff. That's a great excuse when I'm really just a gigantic cheapskate and I'm like, this is already out of the bottle, so I want to use it. But anyway, I'm just going to go over any fallout. And just tidying up the edges here. Would probably be a wiser idea to just remove the fallout, but I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to incorporate it in the entire look. Okay, on second thought, I'm not going to be the world's biggest cheapskate. I'm just going to remove most of my foundation around my eyeballs. Because there's black dots absolutely everywhere. And there's really just no salvaging it at this point, because once you smear it out, it just becomes a complete streak. And it just looks like I've been running around in mud. I'm never doing my face first again. Okay, that's so far done. I'm just going to quickly do my concealer and powder, and then I'm going to come back to you to finish off the rest of the face and also the eyeballs. For contour, yes, I'm done with my face. I'm just keeping it mild, and I use my palest foundation, so obviously it's still a little bit too dark for me. Story of my life. The perks of being a ghost. But anyway, so I'm just keeping it really, really mild. I'm really only contouring. Okay, admittedly I am using a bronzer to do it, but still. But I'm not going overboard with it because I don't want to make my face match my body even less. For blush, I'm also keeping it natural with Autumn Peach by Essence. I really need to buy new blushes because I'm pretty sure this one hasn't actually been part of their collection for like 5 years. It's really old, but I just still love the color so much. Now for the inner corner highlight, I'm using a silver base highlighter, and I really wiped this really tiny blending brush down really well because I want to use it for this. Because it allows me to apply this product quite thickly, yet still completely avoiding the inner corner wing I made. And this same highlighter is also going to end up on the rest of my face. And then before I move on to eyelashes and lipstick, I'm just going to use some setting spray because I keep it in the same drawer as I keep my highlighters. I'm going for quite spiky lashes, which are going to give a nice winged out effect. Because you know, the eyeshadow isn't doing that yet. Okay, they're on. Now I'm just applying some mascara to glue my own lashes to the falsies. I gotta admit, for lip color, I'm sort of on the fence about it. I think I'm going to go for this shade, Basil shade, because it fits my shirt. But really, you can go anywhere with this kind of color and like lip combinations, but I don't know, if I find it too dark, I can always still change it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, I actually like this color. You could of course just use a nude if you want to. Or go for a classic red if you want to be more traditionally glam rather than rock chic glam, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we're done. And here we have the final results. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button. It would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of makeup tutorials, at least 2 per week. Other than that, thank you very much for watching this particular video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!